So yeah, this is an episode we've been waiting to do for a while, but we finally made it to Ultimate Velocity, and we're here with the one and only Uvis Shevers.
Excellent, good stuff. So, Uvis, I guess a bit about yourself as to why Ultimate Velocity.
Heavy question straight away. About myself.
Where did your passion for cars start?
It started, I don't remember, like, since I remember myself. So, been into cars since a child, playing in a sandbox with some toy cars and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just always liked the cars, and I don't remember liking anything else, No? So I always was on the case to buy some cars, planning some cars.
Sure.
Everything about it.
Okay. And obviously, when you're from a kind of car perspective, clearly BMW is your kind of chosen brand, if you like.
Yeah.
It's the one you really enjoy working on. I guess why BMW? It's one that I asked Sonny in the last one, and he asked me the same question back. But I think it's important to kind of to understand why BMW.
My dad had a BMW, after, some standard cars, not standard, but like a usual cars in Latvia was Ladis and all that shit. And the first cars from other countries was some people was getting some Opel Asconas and Ford Sierras, and some was getting BMW. So we had a E12 528. It was quite cool car, yeah. And when I grow up, all the boys had the E30 BMW. So E30s, E21s, E28s was the car to have, or you are on the other side being Audi boy.
Okay, fair enough. So you're either from Bavaria or Ingolstadt, right?
Pretty much.
It's one of the two.
Yeah, so we all was BMW, so we was everyone want to have any BMW possible.
Sure.
Back in the day.
Okay. Obviously, as a BMW fan, you've grown up with these cars. And when did you first start working on these cars?
I started to work on them when I was in school, in a college. So, then we was driving the cars without driving licenses, buying some, dodgy cars from somewhere. And it was not a big deal back in the day to drive a car when you're 17, 18, And so then I also started to work on them, working in quite a few garages, and it was going to work and earning some money and saving and planning to buy again some car, And you get the car, you do all the bits, you work on your own car. You work on all the cars at your work.
Yeah.
So I've been doing cars since, working on the cars since maybe 2003.
Wow.
2004, 2003,
Okay.
something like that, So basically around 20 years.
Wow. 20 years of great experience, right, Sonny?
Well, yeah, that's why it's Ultimate Velocity, right?
Yeah.
What was the first car that you remember working on?
Oh no, I don't remember. I remember the first car I worked on when I turned up to the first garage I was actually working.
Yeah.
So that was a Mark II Golf, and I was doing rear axle bushes.
Okay.
Quite bad job for the first job, but with no experience,
You know what? They're beautiful cars, right? They are lovely cars.
Yeah.
I think VAG cars as a whole they're lovely motors.
They're easy to work on them as well. I used to work on them as well at some point, and they're very easy, comparing to BMW.
Okay.
Are kind of easier, It's not like BMW is very complicated. They're nice cars, but WAGs are simply use basically 10% of your tools, from your toolbox, because everything's the same. All the bolts, all the sizes of the spanners and all that shit is the same. So I remember I was like, I need to sell half of my tools because I'm not really using them,
BMWs, what makes them more complex to work on than say
VW?
BMWs,
they are different made, Let's start with they are always used to be a rear wheel drive, where WAGs was always front wheel drive. So there's everything is at the front, there's nothing at the back.
BMW,
sure. I think it's different and much better built car than some WAGs,
Okay. Yeah, no, fair enough. So
BMW don't have really performance cars. Golf GTI is not a performance
it's not a
car.
performance
It's
car.
like
No, it's more of a kind of hot hatch. Exactly. Yeah.
So
Would you say maybe the R range is a
Yeah, but orange just came up, in last 10-15 years where BMW was making M cars, since 83, I think, 84 years, where
Fair enough.
BMW only had a Golf 1.6 at the time,
Yeah.
That's about it. They had the over Quattro Audi, but it wasn't like a very popular car. It was a cool car, but not everyone can have one.
Okay. So I guess then, Sonny, what's your viewpoint here when it comes to kind of Audi, BMW, kind of VW, Mercedes-Benz, and
That's a loaded question.
it is a loaded question.
That's
It's a loaded question because I think it's an important question.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, for me, when I was looking for that next car after that Peugeot piece of shit,
Sounds like 206.
It was a 206, I think,
because it
wasn't
was
it?
a piece of shit. Piece of French shit.
Or as you call it, also a French shitbox.
Yeah, a French shitbox. I think we beat that out in the first episode, but
We did.
But there it is. It's a French shitbox.
The reality, right?
Exactly. So when I was looking for the next proper car, I don't really have, like I said, I was looking for an Audi A4 at the time.
Sure.
That's kind of what I wanted. Just based purely on looks, nothing to do with performance, knew nothing about cars. Still don't know a massive amount about cars, but nowhere near as much. And then that 320i came up, and that's kind of from there. It's just been that familiarity with BMW all the way, right? Between that, the 140, and now the M5, BMWs just feel, I don't know, normal. And so when you get in and drive something like an Audi, when I drive Amma's A1, it just doesn't feel the same. Just like, nah, I don't like this. I want to get back in something with an M on it.
Look, I totally agree with you.
And I've recently, Uvis, I've messaged you about trying to get more hands-on with the cars and get a bit more sort of involved with the sort of
DIY jobs,
That's it, the hobby side of things. But again, that's just from wanting to know more about M cars and BMWs and how it all works.
DIY is not bad. I like when people do DIY, at home, so they're not calling and asking for every little job.
Like the basic stuff.
Like
right?
a light bulb change, yeah?
Yeah,
which Uvis did in 30 seconds.
Uvis changed a light bulb in under 60 seconds.
It was 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds. We were standing out there.
It was a changeover very, very fast. He removed the entire earbox before I could even open the back door.
It was an embarrassing day for you, for sure.
It was an embarrassing. I put my hands up and say, I walked away, having been schooled that day,
having been humbled.
Back to school,
very much humbled.
The school of Uvis.
Absolutely, the school of Uvis strikes again, right? All right. So, what's your car history look like?
My car history is big, probably around 100 cars.
Wow.
Jeez.
I started counting years ago, but last time I remember I counted was like about 70, 80 cars.
Wow.
So I had like quite few of everything, but mostly I had BMWs, but I had some. I had all BMWs starting from E28s, 30s, 36s, 46s, 53s, 38, 39. I had all of them apart from E31, 8 series. I never had them. I never liked them. I started to like them as a car to keep in a garage because everyone loves them. Yes, but otherwise it's like not one of my favorites. Cool car, but not for me. Yeah. Back in the day, I didn't like them because. I didn't like the dash, it was like completely different.
The way it kind of came down and...
Yeah, it was like not a BMW dash.
Okay, fair enough.
It was and the headlights also, I was not a big fan of them. So all others,
the pop-up headlamps.
Yeah, it's cool car, I like them. Now I start to like them kind of, but I would not buy one.
Okay, and you say you wouldn't buy one. Which engine for you is the pick of the crop in the E31?
If you can choose the engines, 5.4 liter.
You'd pick the V12.
Yeah, V12, but 5.4 like a late one. There was early 5 liter ones, so 5.4. Some 850 CSI or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know if 850 CSI was 5.4 or it was like There was some different engines.
I think it was a 5.6.
Yeah, there was some like M power engine.
That's right. Yeah. It was a 5.6 in the CSI.
You see, that's why I don't know much about them because I've never been into E31.
Fair enough.
I know there's 850 CSI, 840, you know, some Alpina 6 liter or something. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
But probably best is 4.4 in V8, you know.
So the V12, and this is probably where your knowledge is really going to come to life here. The V12 in the E38 750 IL was which V12?
The 5.4 liter, but also there was two versions. There was like both 5.4 and one was like a later one had some like a technical upgrade or something like that.
Okay.
Some people say, oh, V8, you know, is the same powerful, yes, and less problems and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When you drive V12 and V8, you know, it's day and night.
Look, the thing is, I think that the 740 is a lovely car.
Yeah, it's a nice car, but a 750 is different league.
Yeah, no, agreed. So I think that from that era of BMW, they'd probably, I'm guessing there'd be a standout. I make the assumption it would be an E39 M5 for you from that era. Is that what you'd pick?
From that era? I don't know, man. So many cars at that time. It's
There's
like
a lot of good cars.
M3, you know, some E38, 750, probably M5, E39 because like, you know, like there was no other M cars. And E46 M3 is kind of, if I compare E46 M3 and E39 M5, it's a M5, you know, no brainer, you know.
Sure. Fair enough. And so I guess, Sonny, a question for you. Now, you obviously got into BMW or cars a little bit later on.
Much later, yeah.
And your current car obviously is the F10 M5. Now, you both have the F10 M5, as you know. Obviously, I have the E60. Uvis built an E60 M5 effectively, right? I mean, it's probably fair to say that it was, when you bought that car, it wasn't in great condition, right?
It was, you know, average condition, you know, non-runner. But, you know, at the time, it was basically, I was like, I want the E60 M5, yes? But I was like, I only want, I even don't have money for it, you know? So I was like, kind of, you know, keeping an eye on eBay adverts and blah, blah, blah. And that car came up, it was, you know, cheap.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't know much about them, so basically, you know, that's cheap. I want that car, yes. I was not even going into the questions about some rod bearings and all that stuff, which is now question number one from everyone.
Of course,
so
yeah.
I wasn't into that car, so I didn't actually done my homework, yes. So I went to see the car. I was like, I want it.
Yeah.
Give him some deposit, you know, and say, listen, you know, give me a week. If I not turn up, you know, just, you know, keep deposit, yes. And I give him like, you know, I think a couple of grand. And I was like, you know, give me a week. I will get the rest of the money. So 3 days later, I went to pick the car up. So, and then the project started. You know, I had a big list of the bits I'm gonna do, which always, you know, get bigger and bigger. And 4 years later, it was done pretty much. You know,
which was then featured in Total BMW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, and that was one that you and I both bought.
Yep.
Kind of issues of. Ultimately, you know, it's a gorgeous car. It was a beautiful, beautiful machine.
Yeah, it was like I wanted, you know.
Yeah, and ultimately one that came back to you recently.
Yeah, I had a C car 2 times here since I sold it last year.
Yeah,
and it's still in good nick, you know.
Yeah, no,
it's not bad, you know. Like I was expecting that car to not last that long, you know, in wrong hands. But this guy who got the car now, he kind of like it and he look after and follow all my instructions.
Good. Well, which I think is important.
Left him a list.
Exactly.
No, just, you know, to how to maintain, you know.
Sure.
And yeah, it still drives alright. I took for a spin as well, just to tell myself, you know, if I done the right kind of move to get rid of it, you know, so it's fine, it's cool.
Okay. And is there maybe in the future, is there an E60 in your future?
Kind of, you know, if something comes up really nice, you know, some project or something, I'm not buying one for 25k, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if something comes up and I'm kind of bored of other cars, you know, I might buy one, you know. know.
Okay.
But now I see them here every day, so it's not like I miss one, you know.
Well, you've seen mine a few times, right?
Yeah, seen yours in your ownership and also before you.
Yeah. No. Which I think is important to keep a car like that, or even I guess like the E60 or the M cars as a whole, well looked after and well maintained.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. It's just
F10 ownership. How's it been?
Not bad, you know. For me.
pretty uneventful. But then mine's fully stock. Well, more or less stock. There's not really anything done to it.
Okay.
So mine's kind of how you'd expect, right? But I mean, I guess in terms of like the F10 M5, we've mentioned things like rod bearings. What's some of the other sort of big modifications you've seen people do?
So rod bearings is kind of not modification really. It's like kind of, you know,
preventive maintenance.
Yes. Mod wise, you know, there is like a list of mods you can do on the F10 M5s. You know, it's very. I think it's very easy car to tune. Also very easy car to blow up. They are easy.
Very easy car to blow up.
Yeah, because you know. Everyone who have F10 M5, you know, these days is like want to modify it straight away.
Yeah.
And some look after cars, some not look after them. Yes, and then the car, for example, some car can be in 5-6 hands, you know, and everyone try to, you know, impress themselves from beginning. So it's not very healthy, you know.
It's probably not the finest move, that is it. If
you get like a not abused car, I think that's the way to go for F10 M5. Then you can do your mods and you know what's going on with the car, you know. So the easiest day, like a 750 horsepower, just with some tune and some downpipes, you know. So you don't really need to modify much, you know, to get the power, but it's also, you know, they're very common to blow up these days, you know.
So that extra power really is very much on tap because of the turbocharged nature of the engine, right?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, if you had the naturally aspirated engine, you wouldn't necessarily get those horsepower gains.
No chance.
Yeah.
On SAD5 V10 NA, the 500 stock. 507, you know, on the dyno, the stock cars, healthy ones, usually like 490, like 15-year-old ones. And you can do all the bolt-ons, you know, and you are lucky if you get up 50 horsepower maybe, and that's like a loads of money and loads of work, you know.
Sure.
Then you can go strokers, you know, and all that kind of stuff, which is big money.
Yeah.
Supercharger, you can supercharge them for around 10k.
Yeah.
And you will get them to, like, mine was 680 horsepower, which is like a 180 extra, roughly,
Yeah.
And it's good, you know. You can go, the supercharger will take more power, but the engine need to be forged, and that again is like big expenses.
So yours was an ESS kit, right?
ESS, yeah. ESS.
Okay. So I guess then, looking at the F10, Sonny, yours in Sakia Orange, which I know you're a massive fan of. You know, and rightly so. Sakia Orange is a very, very nice colour.
It's a nice colour, yeah, I like it.
You know?
It's just too many of them. Same as the Monte Carlo blue, you know. It's
That's the one
nice
he
color.
hates. He hates Monte Carlo.
It's very nice colour, but it's just everyone
one
the Monte Carlo blue, same as the white ones.
Yes.
Monte Carlo and white was the most common, most sold colours, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were speaking about this just yesterday, weren't we? And you said the same thing, that Monte Carlo you wanted to avoid.
Yeah,
you
so
knew
I
you didn't
didn't
want it.
I didn't have a particular colour when I was looking for it. All I knew is I didn't want Monte Carlo blue because they were so common. Like the majority of the ones I'd seen on the road were all blue. So I thought, no, I don't want blue, I want something different. I had the white 140i at the time, so I didn't want another white car. Didn't really want black, so when Sakia Orange came up, I was like, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
No, it's cool colour. It's cool colour. I like this orange one.
But I mean, yours is even more unique because yours is that satin frozen finish, right?
Frozen blue, yeah.
I mean,
But
that's like pretty.
Uvis is also. So what's the background on your car, Uvis? Because your car obviously is quite a special edition. Right?
Yeah, mine is the M Performance edition.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, everyone thinks is just another M Performance, you know, sticker on the side. I don't have any stickers, but it's 2012. They made M Performance edition only for UK market, 30 cars, like, so it's one of 30. They made 10 blue, 10 red, and 10 white.
Okay.
All frozen.
Yeah.
Red one was wrapped, believe it or not, and the white and blue was painted. But
Wrapped from factory, yeah?
Yeah, wrapped from BMW.
Wow,
so basically,
okay.
it was it's one of the red colors with like satin PPF, like 3M wrap on top. And most of them you see now, it's only 10 cars, yeah?
Yeah.
They already all have their wrap been taken off.
Right, okay.
Because they started,
it's peeling off, right?
Yeah. So they removed, so they still M Performance Edition, but they're not that special anymore.
Not that color anymore.
Because they are standard color, basically.
Okay.
What I think is no good. If I had the red one, I would definitely just re-wrap.
You would re-wrap?
Yeah,
okay.
100%.
So, do we know whether they were the standard color? What was the standard color?
I don't remember what was it.
Was
Some
it white?
No. The white one was painted from factory.
Yeah.
The red one was wrapped. So I think it was some Japan red or something like that.
Oh right, it was just okay.
One of
so it was a very standard color underneath.
Melbourne Reds?
Or one of them. I'm not sure which one. I don't remember. But one of them, and it was just a satin wrap on top.
What it definitely wasn't. It wasn't Imola red, was it?
No, it was no Imola red. No.
Which is a gorgeous color.
Yeah, but
Imola is a beautiful color.
Yeah, kind of. It's a nice color, but I think the Imola is already dated today.
I think with Imola, it goes back to that kind of early kind of E30.
E35 Imola, yes.
Exactly.
E46 M3.
Yeah.
But not like E60 M5 even.
No,
E60 M5 is already, it's just red, it's not Imola. Even.
Well, if you think, so that was what, at Indianapolis red, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Indianapolis red on the E60 M5, and then there was obviously Interlagos blue, and I want to say there was Sepang bronze, but nobody really.
I like that color.
Nobody specced Sepang bronze. Or it was a very rare color.
It's rare. Yeah.
It's a standard color, not individual or anything,
Yeah.
but it's cool. I think it's cool color.
It's a very cool color.
Different.
Yeah,
It's different.
There was I seen in UK also the estate in that color.
It's Sepang.
Yeah, E60, E61 M5.
Yeah.
A saloon and M6 as well. I think I would. That's probably one of the best colors for M5.
I agree entirely. I think
very
it's
classy,
a gorgeous
like,
color,
yeah.
very classy. Yeah, very, very classy.
That color is like Oxford green for E39 M5.
Well, and obviously we know a gentleman, on our Insta profile, Oxford green metallic, right?
Yep.
Whose car I believe you've had here.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alessandro.
Yeah. So I believe you've had the 39 M5 in here.
Yeah.
And his is a lovely combo. His is a beautiful combination. I think he's is it green on tan? His one.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so. It definitely hasn't got a black interior.
No. I think it was something. I don't remember now, but I think it was some light tanny, But
yeah.
I don't remember now.
Fair
Definitely not caramel or something, but it was nice.
Yeah,
it's a nice car. I've seen that car. Yeah.
So we talked about the F10 M5 and the sort of preventative maintenance with rod bearings,
Injectors.
And injectors. So yeah, carrying on with that, what other kind of stuff as you go further into F10 M5 ownership? What are some of the other things that come up that you've seen that you think are things you need to sort of get on top of pretty quickly?
Maintenance-wise, like servicing, is the key. I think is like if you service the car more often, like every 3,000, 5,000 miles, I think that's what the car needs. Use right oil, like 540, instead of 030. What BMW use. Regular servicing, always keep an eye on everything, make sure everything is good, like I don't just drive like a lunatic and go for service once a year, or something, yes. Gearbox service, around 60k, I think, what is kind of recommended, if you don't want any problems. I like to do everything always, so I'm like not just doing what is on a list, but if I think, let's do this and that, like fresh plugs, coil packs, injectors, any leaks, gaskets replaced, gearbox oil, diff oil, rod bearings, just to be safe. They're not supposed to go really on S63, but they're going. But I see some higher mileage cars with good bearings still in, and same time low mileage cars with terrible bearings, and I think it's all because of how the car been maintained. looked after, warmed up, cooled down, and just used, you know. So it's all how it's been, you know, if it's been abused or not, you know.
Yeah,
It can be a one-owner car, but it can blow up at 30,000 miles because it's just not been looked after.
Sure.
Yeah.
So in terms of looking after the car, when you talk about warming up and cooling down, what's your sort of take on that? Or how do you...
I really, you know, like on F10, I just start up in 30 seconds, you know, 45. I'm driving off. I don't even have a cold start on my car, you know, it's too loud. I don't have a cats, so I don't need a cold start really, because there's no cats to warm up. I drive off, just drive easy, no drive or anything, just go through the gears and the car warms up. If you're gonna sit in an F10 and wait 10 minutes to warm up, it's not really warming up.
Right,
like
okay.
Where a V10, you can start up and in 10 minutes it's up to temp, yeah? F10, I need to drive sometimes from home to work, which is like 20-minute drive, and still not up to temp.
Sure,
like oil temperature is not where I want it to be, you know? So, you know, I only, you know, not abuse, but drive faster when the car is proper warm and the tires is warm. Otherwise, that car have no grip with cold tires. If I have a time, you know, for example, I'm leaving work, you know, I'll start the car up, it can stay there and run, because sometimes I kind of like to get car like nice and warm, so when I'm leaving I can, you know, go for it straight away.
I usually start the car up, and as soon as it's kind of settled down, drive off, keep it under 3,000 RPM until it's hot.
That's fine. That's fine.
You
the
know?
best warming up is driving, you know, just
exactly.
not driving, you know, just
No,
drive
correct,
like up to 3k, easy.
Yeah, you know, and that's kind of just literally let the car, bit of oil go around the engine, and then just move off.
Yeah, it's fine, you know, like as long as you're not redlining the car, you know, just take it easy. When you see the temps is alright, then just, you know.
So another thing that I think we've kind of covered, oil. F10 M5. What's the OEM BMW recommendation for oil?
It's 0W30, but I think there was also other option like 530 or something in different countries or something. So we use 540.
Okay.
Like ester-based, you know, motor sport oil.
Sure.
And it's been good, you know. We're using same oil, but 550 grade in V10s.
Yeah.
540 also using like S55s and
sure.
1060 E39 S62 engines. So 540 is for S63, 550 is for S85.
Sure.
Nice. And regular oil changes.
Well, this I think is quite key. For me, I'm aiming for every 4,000 to 5,000 miles an oil change. That's kind of, for me, what I would be aiming for.
Yeah, that's good enough for your driving. 5k is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I know some people like really use a car like properly, do draggies, you know, and all that stuff. You know, do 2,000 mile oil changes. Yeah.
Yeah, but
if you're not
hammering
abusing
it.
Yeah, hammering the 2,000 heavy miles. Yeah, so 2,000 is good, you know. Where I do 3,000 and all kinds of driving. You know, motorway, also some raggings and draggies and all that stuff. I think 3,000 is alright, you know.
But then you also do cross country from time to time as well, right?
Yeah, so I do a lot of miles. I do like basically oil change every 2 months.
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
So I do like this year I done 18,000 miles in 11 months.
Wow.
In F10 and 5. So 6 oil changes I had.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm using every day. Now I'm not driving now because I have no bumper.
Of course.
I have a bumper getting painted. Should be back next week. And,
okay.
I'll miss the car.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So, Sonny, I think you had a couple more questions obviously on the F10, right?
Yeah, I mean, so in terms of so we've done like the warm up and getting up to temp before you start giving it the full tilt. What does cooling down sort of involve?
If you really come from like heavy drive, you know, like you're just coming home, you know, and downshifting like crazy, you know, and just get a proper blast. Give a couple of minutes to cool down, yes, but usually I'm coming like from motorway or something, yes, and until I get to my place, you know, my home or my work, I already cool down because I'm taking easy. And, you know, if you have time, leave it running for another minute, yes.
Yeah.
If you don't have time, it's fine because you're not just come from a very hot run, you know.
Yeah,
it's cool
yeah.
down.
So-
You don't really need to cool down, but no one says that. But if the car is modified, so it's running a little bit over the factory limit, yes. So kind of cool down a little bit. Like back in the day, everyone had the turbo timers and all that stuff in all the Japanese cars, yes. So when they modified it, you want the turbo timer to kind of cool the engine down. Same on these cars, they turbocharged when you abusing them, they, you know, and when they modified, they need some cooling down kind of.
So, in terms of modifications, what if you were going to build an F10? What would be your sort of your big mods?
It all depends what you after. If you after a big power or you after like a let's call it OEM plus power, which is like easy accessible. You know, if you have.
Oh, let's go through the stages then. So if you wanted to just
stage
go
one
to
is
OEM.
like you know, like I'm not a big F10 guy, but like kind of since I own mine, I've been into it, so I know bits and pieces, and I know what I'm doing with mine, for example. So stage one is basically you don't need any mods; it's just a tune. And you can with a cutscene you can get up to 700 horsepower. I think even some running more than 700 with a cutscene, everything, you know, stock filters, possibly like I don't know if you need really plugs. I think with a good plug, good condition car, 700 horsepower. Stage one, stock car, yes. Stage two is like 700, around 750, you know, depending also. Torque is like cut at 900 newton meters because clutches start to slip and all that shit happens, you know. So basically, it's too much, but can push more. Stage two is downpipes. Again, coil, like not coil plugs, spark plugs, some NJK ones, you know, gapped ones. You can have some intakes, you know. You can have a better exhaust, but it's not going to make any really power, you know.
Okay.
Make some noise, make some looks, you know, and all that stuff. But yeah, stage two can be just downpipes and healthy car with NJK plugs, and that's like I think that's enough for that car really. If you want, it's a rear-wheel drive. It's already 700 plus horsepower, 900 newton meters. It's fast, and it's undrivable on wet. If you want to go flat out, no chance. It's just wheel spins, you know, any gear, you know. Also by 100 miles per hour, so it's like it's not good.
Wow.
It's nice, yes, but it's you need to really know what you're driving.
Yeah,
you can go up to 1,000 horsepower, but I think it's on a rear-wheel drive car. I think it's fun, but you don't really need 1,000 horsepower on a rear-wheel drive F10 M5. I think it's really cool to have it. You can have some more grippy tires and all that shit, yes. And it's not cheap also. It's not like it's just another map. You need a forged engine, you know, hybrid turbos, you know, meth, you know, clutches, you know, some maybe different diff, you know, all kinds of stuff. Yes. So for that money, you can buy. If I was going 1,000 horsepower, I'm buying F90 four-wheel driver. I can put the power down. You know, F10 1,000 horsepower. I think it's a joke. You know, you can't drive that car really.
Sure.
Of course, you can. In the summer, you get it all, you know, 50 degrees in the tires and all that shit. It's cool, yes, but you know, 3 times a week, 3 times a year.
Yeah. And I don't think you're ever really going to get that power down fully. You know.
I think you can get, you know, there is a cars running that power. Draggies are crazy fast and all that stuff, but
you need super sticky rubber and very
you know,
warm temperatures,
there is a guy
right?
who was running 1,000 plus horsepower M6,
Yeah.
and I think there was few other M5s, F10s running around 1,000 horsepower,
Yeah.
or just under 1,000 horsepower. You know, enough. I don't know. I think not for me. Basically, if I'm going that power, I'm going for F90. I think F10 750 is plenty.
Do you know what? I think that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think that's actually enough power. In my view, because ultimately we have to understand.
It's also 750 is all in the budget.
Yeah.
You don't need to do stupid modifications.
Yeah.
Yes, like there's no expensive mods. The most expensive is a remap.
Okay.
So the downpipes are, you know, 500 pounds. You know, you can DIY them if you kind of know something about the cars. It's not a hard work job. You know, it's easy shit. You don't need a ramp or anything. Just everything's in engine bay. That's about it. You know, it's like basically back in the day when the cat prices was good, you can buy F10 stock M5, sell your cats, buy the downpipes and pay for tune. Basically, it's free of charge. So now the cat prices is not that good. So only gonna pay for your downpipes.
Fair enough. Fair
Pay
enough.
for tune yourself. But yeah, 750 I think is plenty of for F10 and 5, and you can drive every day, and just keep the car in good condition. Get the road bearings done, just to be safe. And get a good tune also, because there's loads of tuners these days. And some better, some not that good. So I think you just need the right tune. There's loads of popular guys, and everyone is happy.
Okay. And actually, it's a question for you both. Actually, which tyres are you running on your cars?
Pilot Sport 4S.
Yeah, I have the same ones. Yeah.
Pilot Sport 4S.
I think most guys running F10 M5s have got those on.
Yeah, PS4S. Some run Cups. Some run Super Sports. I had Super Sports before of mine, but they was alright. But PS4S is a much better tire.
Okay.
I had PS4S on like most of my cars, which I had, waiting for PS5. It's called now.
Yeah.
It's not. It's out, but it's not available in all sizes. In some OEM sizes only, but waiting for that. I want to see what they made. Apparently, it's crazy tire.
Okay.
What I heard.
It's going to be interesting to see how that performs actually. Okay.
But when tires is hot.
Yeah.
On F10 and 5 PS4S is they're brilliant. And there's no spinning. Wheel spinning now when they're hot.
Okay. So tires is one thing. Sonny, I know you're quite particular about this. I think we're all quite particular about this, but the fuel that we use in our M5s. Uvis, we'll start with you. Which fuel have you found to be most effective? And I guess which premium unleaded is the one that you like to place your faith in?
I always been using V-Power, yes.
Yeah.
But then I did some kind of. I wanted to get better, which is the best. Yes.
Yeah.
Someone told me, listen, ESO is the one everyone is running.
Yeah.
And it's like all the most powerful M5s S63 engines in UK running ESO. Like,
and they're making the most power on the ESO.
Apparently, yeah. I was like, okay, let's run ESO. I'm running ESO. I went on a rolling road as well. It was okay, but I was expecting more. I was like, okay, fair enough.
Sure.
But I was keep running. Then I switched back to V-Power. V-Power, feels better, but I find out the Tesco's Momentum is the best.
So Tesco
feels better, definitely better.
So Tesco Momentum
is better.
Yeah.
I do like a runs on a V-Power and then on a Tesco's, same place, same time, kind of same temperatures, everything. Slightly better always. Slightly better. It's cheaper also. Momentum is cheaper than others, and it's always good.
I have heard this. In fairness, I have heard this.
You can have a good Shell V-Power, but you can also have some shit.
Yeah, some really poor quality
Depends
stuff.
on the garage.
I was basically just going to do a stock dyno run on different fuels, just see what the difference is, if there is any.
It's been done, but not on like a BMW. It's been done on some Hondas or some Volkswagens. I think I see last one was like officially gassed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Or some Seat,
Yeah.
That's one I see last one. Yeah, but I don't know if it's true. But someone said, oh yeah, that's on these 4-pots.
Sure.
Try on different cars, like a BMW, for example, V8.
I'm gonna do it.
That will be interesting.
With the F10.
It's quite a lot of work, to do that kind of testing. It's not like really 5-minute job.
It'll take about a month to do it properly. In terms of put the fuel, do the dyno.
Oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You need to basically go there. Get a car dyno and run with one fuel, other, third and fourth. It's like if you're going to come different days, it's going to be completely out. Because we are talking about, there's not going to be a 10 horsepower difference. It's going to be very, very little.
Very little variance.
All the conditions has to be exactly the same. So even you not unstrap the car from the dyno. Car has to be there. If you want to find a difference, otherwise you will be out miles out.
Results will be skewed.
Yeah. You can go on a dyno today and go tomorrow. It's not going to be the same. It will be slightly, probably
it'll be similar, but not.
It will be probably very, very close. Yes, but it won't be the same. Where you can do the 3 runs in the same time, and they will be pretty much the same, when it hits the maximum power, it's never going to go over that, You can run the shit out of the car. It's not going.
Fair enough.
So usually when you go on a rolling road, you do 3 runs, yes. So sometimes all the power comes in the first and then he see, okay, I need to do some adjustments or something, you know, run a bit better, maybe do a little like pop the bonnet, you know, when it's very hot or something, you know. Once I had my car on a rolling road, pop the bonnet, made 6 horsepower more, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was just hot day, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it was a V10 and it was like running really hot in the summer, so I just pop the bonnet, you know, get some air in, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, watch that officially gas video where they're doing the same car. Basically, they also run the car out of fuel completely, so it's not starting anymore. Then they bang again, whatever, 5 liters or something, different fuel, and do exactly the same run, you know. So everything is the same time. Otherwise, it's no, you can't do that.
No, that's fair enough. And I think the other, from my perspective, looking at kind of fuel qualities and so on and so forth. Now I know we did the fuel pump on the E60 when it came in, and then we did obviously fuel filter and so on and so forth as well. Have you noticed that, or have you noticed with kind of different fuels, you do start to see a kind of big difference if you can tell when a car's been run on poor fuel? Is that quite evident to you?
No, not really. No. You mean looking at the old filter or something?
Yeah.
No, you know the filter usually 15 years old. You know you won't see anything that
It's
is
difficult
just
to tell.
black.
It's
know?
just black. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So I never seen one clean. I not even open them anymore. You know, back at the beginning, I was opening to just was very interested. Now I can't be asked. They all look the same.
Okay.
And you know if it's been replaced, you just you can see that. You can see even from the top. You know it's new. Also, when from factory they come with a seal on.
Yeah.
So if you know the seal is removed, that someone been there already.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, but it's good thing to do on V10s to replace the fuel pump and filter.
Well, that was one of the first things that we did, right? One of the first jobs we did on the E60 was actually to do the fuel filter.
Yeah, and injectors.
And injectors, yeah. Injectors were an interesting one because Uvis at the time. I mean, are they still
not available?
Really?
Yeah.
After all that time, still not available.
Apparently, this month, it will be available like in July.
As in, that's the BMW.
Yeah, but apparently it will be available from BMW M from Bosch.
Okay.
But I don't know. Didn't check for them for a while. I'll
Right.
have a look. Maybe I'm sure I will hear they will be available from someone.
Sure.
But they will be probably sold out in 24 hours. You know?
Oh, easily. Well, I mean, obviously, people are waiting for them, right?
Yeah.
Uvis managed to. I think he pretty much got the only set in the country.
Probably the last set kind of I know was I got from someone for you.
Yeah, he managed to source, and that was that was an interesting one. It's like, yeah, we're getting the car in for you for the injectors, so we've done a few things. If we take away your car ownership, the cars that you've owned, right? If you could pick any car, or any 3 cars rather. What would they be? And I guess why? I guess a quick kind of very brief understanding as to why you'd pick those cars. If you could have a perfect 3-car garage.
Okay, so M5 CS.
Yep.
That's like on my list. I really like that car.
Sure.
From the new cars,
Yeah.
and like kind of expensive cars.
Yep. And you pick that why? What is your top?
I think it's like the best BMW they made
Sure.
so far. I'm an M5 guy, so I always have M5s.
Yeah.
I'm not into M3s and all that stuff. They're
Sure.
cool cars, but not for me. Like too slow. The new M3s, M4s, they are fast as well, but other ones I kind of I want like a V8. Twin turbo, something like that.
Okay.
At least 500 horsepower.
So for you, something like an S65 is not enough power.
No.
Okay.
It's a nice car. I love S65, but it needs to be charged or something. And then for the money, you can have a V8 twin turbo, which is just crazy fast comparing to that car.
But does it sound as good?
No.
No.
It's probably not going to sound that good, but
I think it's fair to say.
I like V8 NA, like S65, V90, 92 M3s. I love them. Nice
they
cars.
sound incredible.
They sound like German muscle.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that very high, almost like a high pitched kind of tone to them. And I think part of it comes down to the fact that they have ITBs, right? which of course is quite important as well. I think it makes quite a difference.
Yeah.
You know,
they sound good. I really like the V8 S65 sound, like where S62 not sound anything like that.
but it sounds lovely though.
Yeah, but comparing to
The S62's got more of a kind of like a low end bassy V8 sound, you know, whereas I think the S65 is almost like a high pitched, as you say, German muscle car.
It sounds like some LS, you know.
Sorry?
Sounds like LS.
It does. That's very true. It does.
On cold start especially.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. So M5 CS. What will the next one be?
You know.
And it can be from any manufacturer.
Yeah, no, I know. You know, it's hard. It's a again hard question. I know. I probably would like some. Man, I don't know. So maybe some GTR. You know.
Okay, you go JDM.
Yeah, I always like Skylines, you know. I had some myself.
Yeah.
Before, and I always like R35, you know. Like I always want to have. I was thinking to buy one last year, but I was like, I don't want to work on that car, you know. So, and I was like, I don't want the car which I don't want to work.
I mean, they
on.
are monsters, right?
Yeah, quite cool cars, you know.
It's not called Godzilla for no reason, right?
Yeah. But you know, again, I don't know. You know, this. Not recently, last few years, I like to have one car. I don't like to have three cars because I like one more than other.
Sure.
And not on the new cars, but like used cars. I always want to fix everything, replace everything, you know, modify everything, and then it's like it's getting too expensive to modify 2 or 3 cars, you know. And then at some point I just like, no, I don't like this one. I like that more, so let's get rid of that, you know. It's usually
fair enough.
I just maybe get my money back.
Yeah.
But I put like so much work and effort into it to get it done properly. Like
Sure.
So one car for me is cool. You know, probably I would like to have another some X5M or something, or some M50D or something.
And
I don't know. You know,
M50D.
Yeah, like
Uvis.
Like you know, you can have three like performance cars. You know, if you need, you can have 3 cars. So I need to choose something which I actually can drive every day.
Usable.
You know? Yeah. You know.
I can supply you with an E83 X3. You know, M54, which is a good engine.
Yeah.
It's a very good engine, you know, and you say yourself, it's a great engine.
Yeah, it's cool.
M54 is a brilliant engine, but it's probably not the car.
So about these 3 cars, I choose M5 CS.
Yeah.
About other 2, I will have a think.
You'll have a think. Maybe we'll have the return of Uvis. You know, Uvis strikes back.
Like I had this question before. Oh, what car would you like to buy? And I was like a kid's question, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, M5 CS 100%.
So M5 CS is a lovely car. Would you not kind of think to maybe if we are saying, you know, money's no object, would you like something like a 507 in your garage? Or does it not do it for you?
No.
Doesn't do it for you. E24?
Yeah, but you know, if I have a car collection, I would allow to have one E24, like some Highline
635 CSI.
Yeah, with sport seats and some nice colors and shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
But
maybe no E9.
No, I don't like those old ones, you know.
That's interesting. That is interesting. No,
you know, I like cars to drive, you know, drivable cars, not
course,
something I can keep in the garage and keep polishing,
Yeah.
And I don't like those old ones, you know. They are like way too old, you know.
Fair enough.
Like the oldest I go is like E12, E21, you know, E28, you know.
Okay.
They are already old, you know.
Yeah.
But anything older, you know, no, I'm not interested.
Okay. I guess the last question from me this evening is so you know, Uvis, that I have been looking at an E53 for a while, right? E53 for me is definitely the natural step up. When the E83 decides I've had enough, it will be an E53 next. But the way I look at it is, if you're going to get an E53, to me, I wouldn't go out and buy a 3-litre diesel.
No,
it would cool. It has to be a 4.6.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
You know, you can have a diesel after you had the 4.6 and 4.8. You know, so then it's like, okay, I know this car. I don't need the 4.6 or 4.8. You know, I had one. So if you want X5 E53, like a runner, yes, 3-litre diesel. You know, some Le Mans edition. It's cool.
Would you not go 3-litre petrol?
No.
M54.
No, if I would use a car as a just some daily driver runner, So yeah, you 3-liter diesel is what you want,
Fair enough.
Yeah. Or if you want a nice one, then you go for 4.8 IS, 4.6. I prefer 4.6.
Yeah, again, and you've always maintained the 4.6 is, in your view,
more special.
The more special car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is probably fair to say, and they sound superb as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is it probably fair to say that the 4.6 and 4.8 were effectively the X5 M of their time, of their time, just not badged that?
Yeah, 4.6 IS was at the time was like a fastest SUV,
Yeah.
I think there was no Cayenne turbo really at the time, and no ML55.
Okay.
After everyone started to make these SUVs, but the 4.6 IS was like a cool car. It was special. It had a special engine, where 4.8 IS had a maybe better engine. I don't know, more powerful, definitely. Engine,
Sure.
Like facelift looked better and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it was just engine from 650 or 750. 4.8 engine, nothing special. And 4.6. I think like now these days everyone likes future classics, and all that stuff. Yeah. So 4.6 is the OG one.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to know what the next two cars are. That's really important for me. I need to know what the next two cars are in Uvis's dream garage. But Sonny, over to you if you've got any more questions for Uvis.
No, I guess we'll just wait and find out what those other two cars are.
I think so. No, I think that's definitely key. Definitely key. Well, look, Uvis, thank you. We really appreciate your time. So I think we call it a wrap.
Call it a wrap.
Thank you very much. Nice one, yeah. Give it that, and boom. Happy days, gents. All right. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.